Well, you know, the older I get, the more I prioritize my general condition and the condition of my back. And I have a lot of stairs. If I'm in LA, I have a lot of stairs. So what goes down must come up. And if I'm just sitting in, I prefer to just play through whatever's there. If there's a super reverb, I the only thing if that will make me want to bring my own amp is if they go, yeah, we got like a Princeton reverb and it's a loud band. It's like, well, it just, you can't really move the needle there. It's not loud enough. At least, but you're just peaked. Um, I try to bring something like in any situation, you just want to bring something that's appropriate. You don't bring a high-powered Tweed Twin, to a small blues gig, and it's just too loud. You know what I mean? So you want to have something that's power appropriate, but when you solo, has enough headroom to where you feel it, and it really is dependent on the drummer. The drummer and the rhythm section eats up a lot of the bandwidth on guitars. So if you have a loud drummer, even in a small place, it's you need to balance the band. It needs to be, and you need to have the just the power, equivalent. But it's anything for me from a modified Vibrolux that I've been taking around to a Fuchs. I've been using this Fuchs amp that Andy built for me. It's just an OD50, and it's switchable. ODS, it's just switchable between 100 and 50 watts. And it saves bringing these crazy valuable Dumble things around. And it does a really, really wonderful, approximation of a Dumble. It's not a specific one. It's just, it does that thing. So I've been doing that. And, if I gotta play other situations, it's I just kind of scale accordingly. But it's only one guitar, a gig bag or a protector case, a cable, and that's it. There's no pedal board, no nothing.
What guitar would you take?
Depends on the gig. If it's a trad blues gig, I'll bring a 335 or a Les Paul. If it's something a little bit more Americana, or sometimes I get calls in Nashville, and it's last time I did something like this was we were paying tribute to Duane Eddy. So I brought an amp with a lot of reverb and tremolo and a Guild DE 500 from 1963 and tremmed away. So it just depends on the kind of thing that you get called for. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a great sound, and it doesn't have to be overly complex. My rig is large. It's not complex. The bigger stages require more headroom. Like in this room, a Tweed Champ would sound super loud, but all we have to do is go 100 feet from here, and you're like, I can barely hear it. It's just space versus wattage. I'm sure a mathematician could figure out, the equation for that.